Hello and welcome to the Entrepreneur's Toolbox, Part 4 by Chris, Ray, and Matthew. So far we've covered leadership, focusing on the customers, communicating with the customers, and after doing so well at those things, you're going to have to hire new employees. So we're going to talk about the first steps for new hires, mainly employee documents. Once the tedious task of screening and interviewing candidates has been completed, the next step is to officially and legally bring the new employee on board or hire them. While this process will differ from company to company, the essence of what must take place is consistent. The goal is to obtain all of the information necessary from the employee that will be used to complete various documents required for actual hiring process. There are federal, state, and perhaps company regulations that must be met that require some of this information to be transferred to different agencies. Original documents or electronic copies of these documents must be retained by the employer in a safe place. Great care must be exercised when storing employee data. Recent computer hacker attacks have exposed millions of employees to potential misuse or theft of their data. Absolute care must be taken in order to keep this data private. Here's a list of the variety of documents an employee will most likely have to fill out. Of course, there's the application that contains all the basic legal information a company requires to use in the hiring decision-making process. Also, there is a signed offer letter explaining the terms of the business relationship, employee information sheet with important family contact information, employee eligibility worksheet, oftentimes now completed online via various online clearinghouses, the I-9 form to include proof of valid SS card, the W-4 form to determine federal and state withholdings and taxes, Department of Labor Federal Health Care Exchange registration, release for background check, list of official references, signed acknowledgement of receiving company handbook, self-identification info for gender, military, or disability, confidentiality agreement. Some others that aren't on that list that are sometimes optional would be things like health insurance information, benefits, 401k, stock participation, auto reimbursement, cell phone benefits, healthcare, and vacation time agreements. Sometimes there is a need to sign for consent for drug testing, video and audio surveillance, non-compete contracts, direct deposit forms, and also employee performance reviews. Gathering the information just described takes place in various ways depending on the company. When reviewing this list, it is apparent that having secure data storage is a must for the safety of every employee. Document retention during an employee's tenure is a must. Retention of various documents post-employment is determined by both state and federal regulations. Thanks for joining us today.